We've got a real somber day today. We are out here fishing during a manhunt, folks, believe it or not, but we had a bad situation last night here in Blount County. We had one of our Blount County officers got shot last night and killed in the line of duty, and now we've got a manhunt for a cop killer going on. He's on the loose out there somewhere miles from here, possibly miles from here, still in the county. I don't know. It's last report they still haven't got him. A very unfortunate situation there. Real kind of a dark, somber day for the people of Blount County, losing an officer. It doesn't happen very often, but it did happen last night. We got rain today. Kind of a nice looking water out there, but I'm on a mission to catch a crappie. I would absolutely be happy as I could be if I could get a mess of crappie right here in Tennessee. We're gonna keep an eye out for this murderer on the loose here. $60,000 reward. So if he shows up out here, I'm gonna take him by force and get my $60,000. He could have possibly hit the river system up there where they last saw him, where he ditched his car. Was only a few miles from the little river. And see, my theory is he could have possibly got to the little river, and from that point all he had to do was go downstream, follow downstream, and empty right into Fort Loudon, or any point there he could have got off. I don't know if they thought about that, checking the river systems, creek systems. He could have gotten that little river, branched off in the creek system. Pistol Creek empties into the to the little river there. So I don't know. It's just my kind of outside the box thinking. You know, they hadn't got him, and he ditched his car right there, so he had to be on foot. And I'm just wondering if that outside chance he could have. You know, he could have stole a kayak, hit that little river, bam, he'd be gone in a hurry. But anyways, we're gonna keep our eye out for him. If he shows up here, he's in a world of hurt. I'm telling you, he's in a world of hurt. If the crappie are in here, I could have a really super day. If they're not, then no really big deal. At least we gave it a shot there. So let's see if we can get started. I don't know what I've got on here. I got this little green jig on from last time I was here. I even put this little black one on right there to go outside the box a little bit. So we'll just start with what we've got on right here. Probably start with this little green one. We got rain, we got rain, we got rain, we got rain. That's all right. We got some rain gear on, and we're going to try to stay dry right here today. All right, what we're going to do here is start off with this little green jig. Got a little white head. Let's see if we can see it in the water here, what kind of movement that tail might have. Kind of pretty decent movement maybe. Needs to have some movement at a slow retrieve, and that one's kind of fair. I mean, if you get it going pretty good, but slow down too much, and some of them stop giving that movement in the tail. So if you're looking for some movement with a real slow retrieve, watch it there and see. This one's okay. I think this is, I've caught fish on this one before, so I know they'll hit it. So I'm gonna fling it out there. Beyond this little spot of cover where I know they kind of hang out. I didn't really get it out there as far as I wanted. Kind of threw it right on top of where they may likely be, which ain't what I wanted to do. We're just gonna kind of ease it real slow here. Man, I tell you, we got a steady rain today. It's gonna be set in for the afternoon. Hopefully it'll let up here in a little bit. Felt like something kind of hit it right there a little bit maybe. I'd say we might have a chance to get a crappie today. The water's good. It's got a light stain to it. That's all right though. Don't know if I'm really deep enough here. Probably should be. So temperature wise, it's about probably 48 to 50 degrees out here. It might get up into the 50s a little bit. Not much wind, which is good. We can do without that wind today. We just need some big old slab crappie to be laying out here. I just noticed this little hook. Sometimes I'll get my leader at the right length where it'll hook onto this, and for some reason I always wanted to just kind of stick it up in like that, but really I don't think it's designed. It's just much easier to do that. It's like, well, that's kind of almost too simple for my complicated mind to have figured out, but I finally figured that out after all this time. We got something. Oh, dang it, son. Oh man, that was big. Holy crap, dang it, man, I wish that could have stayed on that. Oh man, what in the world was that? Holy man, I don't get that excited, but friends, that was something that broke my line right there. That wasn't no crappie. That was, that might have been a big old catfish or something. Let's see what's, ah man, why did I not? Oh man, I wonder if I had a knot in my line on that leader. I'm not believing that that was a big fish, folks. I kid you not, that was a hefty weight. Oh man, that was something else. If I think I might have had a knot in that 4-pound test. Sometimes you'll get a little old tiny knot in that leader. And when you get, look at that tail on that little black one, looks real good. Let's try this little black one right here and just see. That could have been a big old, could have been a big white bass. Could have been a striper. Boy, I just hate that, boy. It hit it hard too. It really wasn't like a crappie hit. It was like a hit it hard, and that pole was bending and he was going with it. It really shouldn't have broke. I didn't feel like there was enough pressure right there at that point where it would have broke if there had not been a flaw in that leader. I'm pretty sure there was a flaw in the leader. Most likely a little knot that I neglected to check for. Which I guess the tip on that would be to run your finger up and down your leader there and feel for them little knots. If you're using like 2-pound test or 4-pound test. When I fling this thing way out there, it whips that line around, and it will kind of knot itself up sometimes, and you won't notice it. It'll just be like a real tight little bitty knot. But see, that right there is a flaw in the line at that point. And if you don't retie it when you get a big fish like I just got, it's going to break you off right there. That's happened to me several times like that. Oh, we got one. That's probably what we had on before. Skipjack that broke our line. That's a big one right there. I had the camera turned on, but it wasn't recording, and I turned it off, so I missed some big jump up out of the water. Be careful with him, boy. He'll break you off there real quick. Like, that's what hit me before, I think, was a big skipjack. Tell you what, they hit hard and they run. They can break that 4-pound test line, boy. Look at the size of that big boy. That is bigger than normal skipjack. See if we can get this jig back. Barely got my hands around him here. Should be able to get him here. My hands are so cold right now. There we go, we got it. There we go, boy, better get him turned loose. Hopefully I didn't squeeze him too hard. Yeah, dang it. I don't know why they like to beat themselves like that. Come on now. Use this little stump for orientation here. Get out there. No. They just get all of me, just totally like 100% turn around backwards and they will not go back out there. I had that other one do the exact same thing. There he goes now, finally. That burns suckers. We're recording. Yeah, we got one boy come up. Wonder what that was. Was that a crappie? Yeah, I guess that's a little crappie. It's a little smaller than I thought. I had a feeling we had a few of them out there. The rain's trying to let up a little bit. Uh-oh, there he goes. There he goes. Well, he's a little one. We got him on this old school orange curly tail jig here with a black head. I've tried white. I've tried some hair jigs. So I thought, well, let me go over to something a little more bright. The water's kind of got a stain to it. So I thought, let me put this little orange one on, and I kind of like the way that looks. It's got a pretty good movement to the tail. I don't know if you can see that. It's a small one, about a 1/32 of an ounce head. So it's a little curly tail, but they're out there. Alright, we got a heavy rain now. It's just a pouring down out here now. We're going to keep working it here. We're pretty well covered up here with our rain jacket and rain pants on. So all we got to do is stand here in the rain on this late winter day. Keep hoping for a crappie might come and play. But if it don't, I won't complain, because on this day I ain't feeling no pain. But when I hold my rod up like that, that water does run down in my jacket, so let's don't do that. Heavy rain. Easing this little curly tail back. Let's let it drop a little bit. Ease her on back. Let her drop a little bit. Let her get down there, ease her on back. Let her drop a little bit. I used to have good luck on this little ease her on back and let her drop technique, but for some reason here lately I've been doing better on just the slow and steady ease her on back. So we're going to try ease her on back and let her drop technique during this heavy rain. Just to try something different. Try to get one of these little crappie to chew. There's going to be one out there somewhere. We just got to keep working it hard. We know there's some fish out there. We're going to keep working it here. Okay, we got one. Boy, I saw that float stand up. And we got one, little crappie. So we know there's some out there. Ain't very big. Pretty deep there. Not that far out. He must have been hanging right on bottom. At least we know we got a couple of them out there. Pretty little white crappie. He's going to grow up. Maybe next year. Year after next, he'll be ready to harvest right there. Wet water's chilly today. There he goes.